What is your worst artwork ever?
All of them.
Anyways, how old are you again?
I'm actually 383 this year. What's up y'all and welcome to another video. It's your girl Blub and I'm known as Choco Blub in the art community. Like every year, I like to do a little bit of something different for my birthday. Cause let's be real, if not me, then who else gonna celebrate it, right? Like every time, here is the rough sketch of the portrait that I'll be painting today. By the time this video is uploaded, it's already my birthday, so yay, happy birthday to me! So this year I put up a community post here on YouTube, also on Instagram story for you guys to ask me questions. And we can all agree that I'm not a huge or very big influencer online just yet. So you really can't expect a huge number of questions flooding my comment section. But I got a handful of them and I'm so happy that you guys participated. So if you dropped a question, most likely it's gonna get answered. As I draw this character, allow me to handle them one by one. Before proceeding, let me tell you, since the number of questions are pretty limited, it will barely cross half of the video. Rest of it will be silent, the one with the chill ambience. So if you don't really care about the Q&A, feel free to skip to the timestamps shown in the screen right now so you can enjoy a chill, relaxing video. So let's go. Self-introductions and FAQs. Believe it or not, I've always got a lot of viewers curious about my nationality, ethnicity, and all that blah blah blah. So my real name is not Chocoblub. I mean, of course, it's a duh. My real name is Rai. It is the name of a Hindu goddess Radha. Who she is? Google it if you want to. And I'm known as Blub or Chocoblub in the artist community. And nope, I'm not turning 383 but 24 this birthday. I am a Pisces girly and Indian, if you can't tell already. In fact, the character I am drawing itself had some similar features as me. You know what? Like my skin tone, the glasses, the hair and stuff like that. Also, the brown eyes, which I'll be painting soon if you keep on watching the video, which I hope you do. To the people who are curious on how I look like, feel free to use your imagination. You can call it fortunate or unfortunate, but I don't have any siblings. I have a cousin who lives with me, but I am a single child. Some of you all even asked me that. I don't know why that matters, but since it's like a very generic information, here you got the answer. Though I received a few requests on making videos on Hindi like tutorials and stuff, but let me tell you, most of my viewers are overseas, are not Indians, like Western worlds, UK, USA and stuff like that. So English is the only language to easily get things through without making things really complicated. So I'm so sorry love, but I really have to make videos in English for the majority of the audience population. FAQ time. About the device I use Samsung TabA. My stylus is a very basic one bought off from local markets. Still very much in budget, nothing crazy, cause my broke can never. The app I'm using is ibispaintX. Regardless of how many videos I make, you guys are always curious about the brushes that I use. So if you're still one of them, go check in the description box below where I have put it the link of the video where I detailedly discussed about my brushes. Just in case you want to check that out, watch it after this video, alright? Next, how much time does it take to finish one piece? Not that one piece, but the one piece of an art. The brainstorming and the planning takes the longest, about 2 to 2.5 hours at least. The rest of it might take another 2 hours or so. Also, I don't have any particular color palette just yet, but since some of you guys pointed out, I think it would be really cute to have one, so I can maintain the same aesthetics towards all of my artworks. So I'm gonna make one soon. Stay tuned for that if you're curious. Let's jump into these set of questions, okay? What are your favorite blending modes to use? I usually draw bases on normal layer. For shading, I opt for multiply and the highlighting part goes for an add layer. But sometimes if I want to do some extra lighting, if I'm feeling a little bit of bougie and extra that day, I'll go for linear burn. Also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
subscribe it right now. Because I am in Pisces and I will haunt in your dreams. Just kidding. I really don't know how to do all that stuff. Moving on. What inspires you to draw? Pretty people, I guess.
Next.
How long you've been drawing for? I have been drawing for 2015. In traditional medium it was. Simple pen and paper and all that jazz. But then at the end of the 2016, a blessed person in my tuition classes introduced me to something called digital art. And bam, rest is history. So all total 9 years, I think approximately. Most of y'all might not know, but I also draw in traditional medium. Like I literally have a sketchbook where I keep the records of my drawing without the tablet or any design devices whatsoever. But since I haven't figured out the right way to film it, the setup, the lighting and cameras, all that stuff, I haven't been posting a lot of sketchbook videos for a while now. But I am planning to do that, so stay tuned for more sketchbook videos. I promise they're gonna come up really soon. Have you ever tried animation? Yes, and I sucked. It was horrendous and my artist self was literally traumatized. It's always been on my bucket list but never got a chance to learn it properly. It's a lot of work to be honest, but I will try it sometimes. Which artist inspires you the most? For me, the beginning of the journey happened with their Spirit Art. If you are in the art community for a while, of course you know her. But just in case you don't, just search it out on the YouTube and you'll get her channel. But after all the videos that I have watched of other artists, I think Likelihood Art, and she doesn't draw anime by the way, she is a digital artist, but her art style is mesmerizing. And another artist that I absolutely love is Ayups. I think I'm pronouncing it right, I hope. Correct me if I'm wrong. So these are my absolute favorite artists. I also have some, I will be linking in the screen right now if you guys can see it. So these are my absolute favorite artists. Highly recommend them. Out of the default ibispaint brushes, which one do you recommend for painting backgrounds? I'm sorry, but have you noticed I barely paint backgrounds? I'm kind of phobic to it because I suck drawing backgrounds so much. Also, it's a tedious work, takes a lot of time and effort, and I am always short on time and also very lazy, so I barely draw backgrounds. I know I've promised myself like 100 times in a row that I have to learn how to draw backgrounds properly, but actually never did. I never listened to my own advice sometimes. So hey, come on, we're all humans, right? So I don't draw backgrounds. I'm so sorry, I cannot really answer that. Have you ever tried painting a character with only the default hard brush? Nope, never. Because of my art style, it is a combination of both hard and soft lines. Without the soft lines, I think it's gonna look very streaky and not really visually attractive, so I've never done that. Do you think it's possible to paint an entire character illustration only with one layer? The simple answer is yes, because all of the traditional artists, they don't have the option of layering, they just do it all in one. But will I ever do it in my digital art? Probably no, because it's way too risky. Because the sketch layer and the line art layer literally cannot be on the same layer. It's gonna be a disaster, and all my hard work it's gonna go into the vein. So I'll never do that. Next, coming up with a really interesting question. You probably heard that at the absolute beginning of the video. What was the worst artwork you've ever made? Technically, the first artwork I've ever made in a digital art, it will be counted as the worst one. I don't hate it because my youngest self was trying her best. But out of all, I think that is the worst one. I will post the picture in the video right now for you guys to see. It can also be used as an encouragement. Regardless of whatever skill level you're in, you can still grow to be an amazing artist. Next is, what are your favorite shades to use when drawing? I usually am a soft aesthetic girly too, so if you ask me, I will always say pastel colors are always the best. What is your favorite color? My soul color is sage green. The aesthetic green or the sap green, some of y'all might call it. But yeah, that is also an amazing color. But apart from that, I really like the peach tones and the lilac colors. The next question actually deserves a whole entire video for describing it. The question is, how did you learn anatomy? Actually, this is another thing. I usually pick up model photos that I absolutely like from online and I draw over them. How I draw over them, also it's another huge process. So if you really want to know about this, let me know in the comment section below so I can make a detailed video about it. Next question is, how do you shade your eyes for drawing purposes? If you've seen plenty of my videos already, I usually go for 3 to 4 color methods, like using the base color, then using one darker shade, 1 to 2 darker shades, 1 lighter shades, and 1 highlight shades. And one of you asked, how do you draw so good? Honestly, thank you first of all, really appreciate it. Second of all, I think my 9 years of experience somewhere worked out a little bit. But it's always a work in progress. I still have a lot of artists that I look up to, that I want to get their level of skills. So yeah, it's never really a destination, it's always the journey. Whoa, it is fascinating to me that we passed half line of the video and still answering questions. I guess it wasn't that bad, was it? So the last question of the day is, can we use orange color for girl skin on ibispaint? First of all, girl skin, boy skin, it doesn't really matter. Any character skin would be good and I will approach them as the same. But if you look at the color wheel, or if you have the slightest knowledge of the color theory, the darker skin, even the lighter skins, are nothing but the shades of orange. If you look at the brown people or the black community, they are literally looks black or browns, but they are the darkest and most muted shades of orange. And if you go for whiter people or the people with lighter skin tones, they are also the lightest and less pigmented shades of orange. So in short, yes, you definitely can use the orange color as a skin tone. But the absolute orange shades, the tangerine colors, I would not probably use that because that looks very unnatural. But if that's your thing, just go for it. You're more welcome to do so. Alright, so I guess we're done with all of the questions I received. Thank you so much for participating, to everyone who have added your questions. Really, you have my world. And thank you so much for all the appreciation I received meanwhile. Thank you, and I am really glad that you guys enjoy my art. So